Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a Bolt Carbine White Scars Heroic Chainsword build for the Tactical class in Space Marine 2 Patch 13. Now, the White Scars Chainsword is the new hot weapon on the block for the Chainsword variants. This thing is incredible. You have a 12 strength, 8 speed, 4 cleaving potential, and the heroic perk effect down here called Fury of Chigoris. Adrenaline Surge stacks are increased to 3. The third stack has a higher damage bonus, but the bonus for the second stack is reduced. Now, I've seen a lot of people ask me, like, how good is this thing? Is it actually that strong? Guys, this is like the Artificer block Chainsword from back in the day, but on crack. It is an incredible weapon, and in case you are curious, you will still get like the full block effect, like the explosion and armor regen on the second stack. You don't actually have to reach all 3, so keep that in mind. Now, for the perk tree on this, we go down here to the perk Perpetual Strength, moving here to the perk Swift Recovery. Heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health. Now, because you have an 8 speed on this weapon, like shoulder bashing over and over or kicking for double CHP regen is super easy to do, especially on a Vanguard class, so a really good option here, even on the tactical. Next perk is Perpetual Strength, up here into the perk Perpetual Strength again, and then we grab the perk here, Reverberating Impact. Stomp AoE radius increases by 50%. Now, because of how fast this weapon attacks, you can actually combo skip into your Stomp before the Adrenaline Surge stacks actually run out, so having a fatter AoE on that, I think that is definitely worth taking over like a longer light combo. Next perk here is Combined Onslaught, down here to the perk Heavy Onslaught, and then we pick up the perk Full Throttle for the combo skip here. If you're unaware what the combo skip is, I do have a video of that on my channel, but the big thing here is that the combo skip allows you to skip into your shoulder bash off of a single light attack basically, and that lets you get the parry bonus on enemy and then actually shoulder bash them for full damage on the 50% debuff. A really strong option, and pretty much always pick this on like any Chainsword build in the entire game pretty much. Next perk here is Hard Target, and the final perk is Majora's Slayer, though I will say if you really want to, you could like skip over these two perks and like go all the way into momentum gain for light attack damage. This isn't that strong in my opinion because it only buffs up your light attack damage, and you're also losing like the flat 10% base from Majora's Slayer, and also Hard Target is pretty nice on a weapon this fast. And that's pretty much all there is for the Chainsword here. Now, for our primary weapon, I do take the automatic Bolt Carbine. This is the ammo reserve magazine capacity version, mainly because body shot damage in Space Marine 2 patch 13 for bolter weapons got buffed, and because of that, if we take the perk down here, Crack and Penetrator rounds, for 50% more body shot damage and more penetration on bolter weapons, you kind of just shit on Hormigons. Like, I'm not gonna lie guys, this thing like vaporizes Hormigons and also Zangors. It is kind of ridiculous how easy it is just like hip fire and just obliterate everything in front of you. A really powerful perk effect, and I like this one a lot, or maybe not perk effect, but really powerful perk synergy. And for the ammo on the Bolt Carbine, you just take this one because the big benefit of the Bolt Carbine in general is that we do not have to take perks here like Emperor's Vengeance to actually get our full ammo capacity. We can just rock on like the base magazine capacity and ammo reserves of this because it is very ammo efficient. Now for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk Headhunter first. Headshots deal 10% more damage, moving here to the perk Rapid Health, and of course the arguably most important perk, which is Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This will allow you to just hip fire your gun like a laser beam. Just keep in mind, when you have a gun strike active, you cannot hip fire in Space Marine 2, so you must ADS during that or use your gun strike. Kind of like an obnoxious thing about like the keybinds in this game, but just want to make sure you're aware of that. Next perk here is Divine Might for a 10% damage buff. Then I pick up the perk Headhunter and Headhunter again for a 20% headshot damage buff. And then I go down here into Extended Magazine, Divine Might, up into the perk Cleaving Fire, and then of course Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. When this buff is actually active, it is a very powerful damage increase, though I will say, because of how fast you just wipe out Minoris on this gun, you do usually trigger Rapid Health, which will usually take you above the breakpoint to actually have this perk be active, but you know, still go what's up. Next perk here is Perpetual Precision, and the final perk is Recoupment. Killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a headshot of this weapon restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Getting one armor back on a headshot kill is incredible, and you can also just shoot guys that are in execute state to trigger this as well, so you don't actually go into executes at all, and not having to execute for armor is really good on the tactical as well, because you have the perk effect over here, a Radiating Impact, that you don't want to actually waste on execute all the time anyways, so pretty good synergy there as well. Now for our secondary weapon here, I do take the weapon Retribution's Bequest, the Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol. This is still my preferred on this build. Now alternatively, you could pick up the Rate of Fire Plasma or even the Heroic Plasma. Both of these are really strong. We are not building around Plasma Boost at all today, so this one is my preferred option. Now for the perk tree on this, it's pretty standard. Just go all the way down the bottom for things like Death Strike, going up here into the perk Discipline, because if you are not playing like an Assault or Vanguard, going down here for Able Damage is not really worth it because your class ability does not come up nearly enough. And the final perk here is of course Tactical Precision. That's pretty much all there is for the Heavy Bolt Pistol. I know it's kind of lame, but like the Heavy Bolt Pistol tree is pretty much just limited to like these two build paths here, in my opinion, and that's pretty much all there is for our secondary option. Now for our perk tree, we have quite a few unique choices here. Starting off with the perk Crack and Penetrator Rounds. Bolt weapons penetrate one more enemy, non-headshot damage increased by 50%. You just take this these days on like an automatic weapon, it will rip through those Hormigons like nothing. It is kind of insane how strong this can be sometimes. And also this perk has a ton of bugged interactions, so it's like really good for alternative reasons, but we're not going to be talking about those today. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After a perk time parry, block, or dodge, you will deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage, don't lose 12 heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. We are building for like a melee build here, so you definitely want this perk, though if you feel more comfortable, you could pick up Relentless Pursuit or the perk down here, Versatility, but for the most part, this is definitely the best option on this build. The next perk here is Emperor's Judgment. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically, and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. This is super useful on the Bolt Carbine because we are not taking the perk over here, Gunstrike Reload, and even if we did, we are using a block Chainsword, so gun strikes are less frequent, and because of that, having this instantaneous reload is super nice, and also will buff up our damage even further. And the Bolt Carbine is so damn ammo efficient, we do not need this perk down here at all. Next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. This is the best perk setup in my opinion, but if you want to go for contested health recovery like I did, Transhuman Physiology will give you 30% more contested health from range damage, and that will make your Bolt Carbine CHP recovery go into like orbit. This is one of the best guns in the entire game for recovering your contested health against Chaos and Tyranids, and if you take this perk on top of that, you will just go to the moon, so a really good option to keep you alive. Next perk here is Priority Targeting. The mark from Auspex Scan lasts 8 seconds longer, the base is 8, but the Auspex Scan ignores Minoris level enemies. I mean, losing Auspex on Minoris doesn't matter at all, and on this build we are going for Battle Focus and the perk over here, Close Targeting, and because of that we'll be using our Auspex on just like, you know, random enemies all the time anyways, so pretty good option here because Vital Data is just like not as useful here because we're not building for pure boss damage like we usually would be. Next perk here is Battle Focus. A perfect time parry or block gives the parried enemy a mark from Auspex Scan. This will just give you the base scan from an Auspex. It's pretty strong with the Bolt Carbine. You know, damage is damage, so if you're going for a melee build, this is a very powerful perk. It used to be way more busted because way back in the day, you would get like all the buffs of perks here like Concentrated Fire, which is kind of hilarious, but for now, it is still strong. It's just only a base Auspex scan. Next perk here is Close Targeting. When Auspex Scan is in cooldown, melee damage increases by 25%. This is just a fun little melee damage buff on our White Scar's Chainsword. I don't think it's that strong in my opinion. Like, I would probably take Expert Timing or Concentrated Fire as like the meta options for more Auspex damage, but this is still fun for a melee focused build. Final thing here is Radiant Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10-meter radius, so the cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is cracked. That's all I'm going to say. This perk is cracked. You will one-shot Majoris in a 10-meter radius. You will almost one-shot some Extremis. You will be bailed out of boss fights. You just take this perk. A 90-second cooldown, like a 30-minute mission or so, maybe even 40 minutes in some of them, is really strong because it comes to effect way more than you would ever actually think. Great perk. Always pick this up. Now, for the prestige perk options, this one is also very straightforward. If you're using a Bolt Carbine or really any bolter, you take Acuity for more headshot damage, and then we take Steel Supplier for more ammo reserve options, and we take Resilience for more stim HP, and the final perk is Fortitude for a health increase of 15%, because the tactical is quite squishy, and this also takes you out of like some one-shot territory, so a really good option for him there, and that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The White Scar's Chainsword is super fun. I think this is the best Chainsword in the entire game right now. It may not have like the one-shot combo potential that this one does, but it's also way more fluid to use and has a ton of utilities. So hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.
Progress towards the Ordnance Depot. We will rendezvous with you and Combat Squad Heraton there. galaxy of Xenos built.
That was a waste. There's no reason to do that at all, but whatever.
The Tyranids certainly have been busy devouring this vessel. Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa? Blazing a trail through Xenos, Phaedrus. Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep... Phaedrus, repeat your last message. Talassa,
What new hero weapon do you think is the best? Probably this one. The plasma pistol is good. It's just kind of like gimmicky.
We have no word from Phaedrus. We must consider our brothers lost.
It's a very awkward charge time. And this one's just practically useful.
Heavy Tyranid resistance. The ship will hold. Warning approach evacuate. Stand firm and fight hard. Prime variant Tyranid warriors. Those cannons are the Imperium's wrath made manifest. To serve here carries the highest...
Got speedrun it or white scars, guys.
The Emperor's violent retribution. All pulp and no brains. Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new
See, we're actually on the white scar speedrun right now.
Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were
He
overrun
can't
by the
keep up.
Xenos brood.
Too slow. So guys, the Wolf Cauldron on this, a yay or a nay?
Commune with the main
Let me know.
console in front of you to bypass the security protocols. We are approaching the main console now. Find the routers with those symbols and reactivate them at once. is all? Did the enemy run out of weapons? Magazine out! Magazine in! Stay dead, vermin!
Okay. Alright, you're just gonna hang over there.
Reloading! Double check the symbols.
I couldn't stop. I shot him. It didn't work.
Oh, we will have more to deal.
It's too powerful.
Let more come. Let all of them
Dude, what is this guy made of? Okay.
bring out magazine. Arming up. That was a match.
Dude, this guy is actually just invincible. He really is invincible. My god. Okay, well. We'll just play around him, I guess, because once we got the elevator, it won't matter.
Never turn down fresh ammunition.
What are the cracking penetrate rounds on this gun? So all the vultures are better on body shots now anyways, but the bolt carbine, you actually have to shit on these things.
On the main console. One down. Trillions to go.
Title card, yeah. My god, that Tyranid is. Title card. Okay, okay. I'll take this.
Reloading. Confirming match. Final router switch activated. The system is responding.
It's him.
Engineering network.
The Hive Mind's champion.
Functionality. Show us the fastest route to the plasma reactors. The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
That was promising. I should just execute him.
The lift has arrived. We can continue. Attention boarding parties.
There are like 3 different ways to get armor back there, and I chose none of them because it was HP for no reason.
I need
So.
a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured. Venus infestation is worse than Talassa. You are nearing the reactor. All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields.
So the body shot damage buff you have to track penetrating rounds, it does impact those as well.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Keep firing until you break through the biomass. Exposed rod destroyed. Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talasa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted to the bridge console.
Is this true they off-screen Akaran? It is true. He got killed by a Tyranid gene stealer called. Well, they died to it. Actually, like steal themselves in, or themselves in, whatever it was. That was in a community post like last year.
Swapping out magazine. Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Kill it before it falls on an egg. That was too easy. Replenished and ready. Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Silence the one who calls for help. Swapping out magazine. Shoot the spawn mines. This was incoming. I see a gun piece. Terminate straight with that. The final rod is destroyed. Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talasa, do not let the reactors cool down. This crucial
Well.
performance final task.
This is certainly working.
To the decks below and force the plasma reactors to
This gun's also very ammo efficient.
Let us descend to the reactor chamber. Replenished and ready.
Get an idea of the design full successor chapters we got? I don't know. I do not know.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heraton?
Saw a guy on TikTok say the new Chainsword's ass. Is this true? They're dumb.
An ultramarine has been through this sector.
That's so ass.
Understood. Be advised. We remain under
great.
heavy Tyranid assault. With the overheating reactor, the Tyranids will refocus their efforts.
I want my hip fire, not
Still
that.
advised, Talassa. If you do not bring the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Keep the Xenos curse, fire, and fury, Octavio.
As long as you have your Bull Carbine up, you really struggle to take. There we go. We're fine. How much armor regen we have? Alright. CHP regen we have off of that. Beat that Neurothroat's ass for working on it. You're first, though. Right. Oh, we did kind of run out of ammo there, though. So if you're in a team, that probably won't happen. Just keep that in mind.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain. Reactor chambers within reach.
But keep in mind, this is absolute. We just have that much damage on the body shots now with this gun.
Scores of the ship's servitors.
So when I say it shreds through swarms, I'm not kidding. You shred through swarms. You will just rip on through. Rip and tear until it's done and such. That was unfortunate.
Access granted. Never turned out fresh ammunition.
Have you played the new mission? Yeah. Or you sold it. Is Rip buying the new heroic weapons? Yeah. I mean, just buy them all, why not, right? Doesn't take that long to get the accolades. Little Doom reference, you betcha. Let's have the
Replenished and ready. Auspex suggests major organisms ahead.
Right. Those Hormigons just don't exist to you with the bolt carbine now. You just walk on them. You melt a bomb. That could be better.
Twin primes. That reactor must be destroyed. Francis, honor our brothers. Honor our chapter. Auspex ready to scan. Reloading. Aerial assault incoming. Defenses up, brothers. It is coming right at us. right at us! One down, one to defend that prime will fight harder now than it is alone. Stims injected. Auspex opticals incandescent. They struck down our brothers, but Second Company prevailed. Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress. Be advised. The gyroscopic containment shielding prevents catastrophic plasma dispersal.
Okay. Oh, let me in?
Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised. Reactor critical, Talassa. Disengage. Countdown is running low. Talassa, we're tracking your signatures. Octavio and Heraton Leader are already on board. Our brothers prevailed. Follow the designated evacuation routes immediately. One down, trillions to go. Core integrity at 25%. Reactor overheating. 10% of core integrity remains. Sprint for it! Get us away! Brace for turbulence. If not for your valor, Talassa, this operation would have ended in a major loss for the Imperium. The loss of our...
There we go.